For those of you who are watching Creature Commandos, you may have noticed on the newest episode a little cameo, a little bat-like cameo standing off in the distance. Got a lot of people very excited. Now, of course, remember, Creature Commandos is not Elseworlds. Creature Commandos is in the DCU proper timeline. That's going to have this is in the same world that the upcoming Superman movie is going to be in. And we got our first look at Batman. Now, I saw a bunch of articles and social media discussions and even a few YouTube videos discussing this first look at Batman and saying, whoa, so this Batman's going to have the classic gray and blue. He's going to have the trunks. He's going to have all that kind of stuff, and really speculating about what this new DCU Batman is going to go look at, because this is him. This is the DCU Batman. We just don't know who it is yet.
He's a little beefy.
He looks very beefy. Yeah, he looks bulky. And I to me, honestly, I like that. I want our Batman to be this big, muscular guy. Like, I used to play, I don't know if you knew this, there was a role-playing game. I play a lot of Star Wars role-playing game and Dungeons and Dragons, but there was a great role-playing game system called DC Heroes.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was great. And it was all you needed was two 10-sided dice. Two 10-sided dice was everything because you rolled percentages, right? And anyway, the reason I bring up DC Heroes is because in that game, like, Batman was the top of the scale in every human category. Like, he was as high as a human being could be in intelligence, he was the top. As high as a human being could be in agility, he was the top. But most importantly, as far as the peak of human physical strength, he was peaked at the top.
That's kind of shocking.
So that's what I want to see in our Batman, right? I want to see this Batman who's like big and muscular and all this kind of stuff. Well, anyway, a lot of people, like I said, started to speculate about what this means. Well, it turns out we shouldn't take anything from the appearance of that silhouetted Batman to mean anything about what he's going to look like in a live action scenario. James Gunn addressed it, and he said the following. This is from IGN. James Gunn said, I think it's a great way, this quick little cameo in Creature Commandos. I think it's a great way to show that Batman does exist already, James Gunn said. He already exists in this universe, just like when we come to the Superman movie, we see that Superman already exists. He's already known by the people in Metropolis. We don't need to hear the origin again. Then he goes on to say this. So yeah, that's just a way to introduce that Batman is a part of this universe. He's an important part of this universe, and he has an impact on it, including defeating pretty dangerous, scary people like Dr. Phosphorus, who's pretty tough. Now, as far as does this little quick glimpse give us any insight into what Batman's going to look like in the live action? No, I don't think it does. He said, this is the DCU Batman. He said, listen, I got to tell you, I just love Batman. I love him. I've loved him since I was a little kid. He's one of my favorite characters. I've gone on the record in the past when I was at Marvel saying that my favorite character is Batman. I love him and we're going to do great things with him. He's the most popular superhero in the world, and I can't wait for more people to see him. But he also says, he goes on to talk about, he gave specific instructions that you're not supposed to have any close-ups of Batman. He goes on to tell the story in this article saying this. He said, when they first came to me with it and we saw a lot more of Batman, like in the original concept in the show, we were going to see a lot more Batman than just that one silhouette. He says, and I was saying, I am not ready to commit to that. I am not ready to commit to that. And I am not ready to commit to that, James Gunn said. So I was just like, more silhouette, more silhouette, more silhouette.
You know what I'm ready to commit to?
Blade?
He was okay with the size of Batman.
Right.
The build, right? Like, I mean, there's only one guy who could fit that mold right there. You know who I'm talking about. Right?
Alan Ritchson?
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, I've said I could totally buy, because Alan Ritchson of Reacher, and for the record, I don't think it's going to be him, but Alan Ritchson, I think, looks like a Bruce Wayne. Like he's got the square jaw, the rugged good looks. He looks like he could come across as the playboy billionaire, and he's got the total physique and action prowess to play Batman.
You're more familiar with Alan Ritchson than I am because I haven't watched much.
You haven't watched Reacher yet?
Yeah. Tell me the pros and cons. Let's say if he was cast, what do you think he would be great at with Batman? What do you think what would be questionable of casting him?
I think, the upside is obvious, right? He's got the physical presence. And like Batman is supposed to be a terrifying physical presence, and he would deliver that in spades. I guess so he carries the suaveness, the look, all that kind of stuff is good. My one big question mark about Alan, though, is outside of Reacher and Aquaman and whatever the character he played in Teen Titans, whatever, I can't remember what the name of his character in that was. I haven't seen him. Oh, that's it. Hawk of Hawk and Dove. Marcus Y pointed out he was Hawk of Hawk and Dove. So thanks for that, Marcus. So other than that, I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying I don't know if he's got the acting prowess to lead a film. You know, in Reacher, he's great as Reacher. He doesn't have to talk a lot.
Okay.
And when he does talk, a lot of his stuff doesn't have a lot of this. Again, this is not a knock on him. I'm just saying the material he has. It doesn't really call upon him to have a lot of a stretch. So I'm not saying he can't carry a movie. I'm saying I don't know yet if he can carry a movie. And I think that would be the big question mark. But you know, you said, Ray, there's only one guy that could do it. And you point out.
Is there another guy?
But think about this. There's always another big guy because, you know, we got an upcoming new Reacher season. And in the book, he's supposed to fight this guy named Paulie, who is quote unquote twice Reacher's size. It's like, you're not going to find a guy who's twice his size. And then they went out and got that world's biggest bodybuilder who makes Alan Ritchson look like a hobbit. So there are going to be big guys out there. Look, the most important thing is they get a good actor for it. But back to the James Gunn comment, I think him saying that when he says, look, the reason I didn't want a close-up of Batman in Creature Commandos is because I'm not ready to commit to the gray suit with the blue cape. I'm not ready to commit to the outside trunks like Superman has, like in the classic Batman. I'm not ready to commit to any of that look. But maybe he was ready to commit to the look of the physical size of him. Because again, the physical size of him, when you look at the image, I mean, that's a big, huge dude.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. And you see like what was it? Like the flashing lights.
Yeah, the lightning in the background.
You kind of see his bulk of his body. I was like, that Batman's going to be huge. I mean, so that eliminates Jensen Ackles then.
Well, I mean, hey, Jensen Ackles is big, but no, he's not that big. Yeah.
What I love about what James Gunn was saying in this article is his love for Batman.
Yeah.
Meaning this has got me more excited to see his take on it because it's going to be way different from the Robert Pattinson for sure.
Oh, huge. Yeah, very, very different.
Night and day, probably. But I cannot wait because, you know, there's been some times where people make movies where they love the character and it hasn't gone too well. I can't think of any examples, but we've had some. But hopefully this one will actually be a positive. Yeah. A positive that James Gunn loves his character.
All right, guys, question is for you. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. Are you guys like me, both a movie and a sports fan? Well, if so, then you know that the playoffs are here and it's now or never. If you love football and want to add some real excitement to the games, let me tell you about PrizePicks, the best place for your daily fantasy sports. So here's how it works. It's super simple. You just pick more or less on player projections. Think Patrick Mahomes will throw more than 1.5 touchdowns this week, or maybe Lamar Jackson will get over 250 passing yards. Make your picks in less than a minute and take your shot at winning up to 1,000 times your cash. Ann and I have been having a blast using PrizePicks every weekend. It's simple, it's fun, and it just makes watching the games that much more exciting. Plus, PrizePicks puts you first. With easy, fast, secure withdrawals, you can get your winnings in as little as 15 minutes, and they make deposits even easier. And right now, if you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So don't wait. Download the app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 instantly after playing your first $5 lineup. That's right, play for just $5 and you get a $50 bonus instantly. PrizePicks, run your game. What do you think about this? Did you see the episode of Creature Commandos where our first peek at the DCU Batman happened? James Gunn is saying, I'm not ready to commit to anything about the different looks they had, so I just wanted him a silhouette. But do you think maybe just like Ray is saying, the fact that we've seen that he is physically large and intimidating, do you think that's something that they're going to carry over? Do you have a wish list of stuff that you hope is a part of the look of Batman? Maybe there's a certain era of Batman in the comics where you like the look. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.